And this is a Fox News alert. He was supposed to pilot a fifth plane on 9/11. Its target, the White House. Shocking testimony today from Zacarias Moussaoui. He told a federal jury that he and convicted shoe bomber Richard Reed, remember him, were supposed to hijack another plane. And he lied to investigators after his August 2001 arrest, so America was not tipped off to the 9/11 attack. Much more on all this in just a few moments. And this is a Fox News alert. Illegal immigration pushing America to the brink. Hundreds of students taking to the streets in California and Texas. They are protesting a crackdown on illegal immigration. In essence, here it is. They're protesting so others have the right to break the law. Welcome, everybody. I am David Asman in for Neil Cavuto, and this is Your World. With us, immigration attorney Michael Wiles. Now, he says every American student should be cutting class today to protest, but Dale McLaughlin calls it an act of desperation and flat out un-American. He is with the group FAIR, Federation for American Immigration Reform. Now, Michael, you think this kind of protest should be going on all over America. Why?
This is a lesson in civics, the experiential learning of the American pursuit of liberty. I represented Kwame James, who subdued Richard Reed on that plane. Did you know that the government was going to put him in removal proceedings and they turned their back on him? We can't turn our back on the natural flavor, the national identity that we have in immigration.
We have teachers, Michael, that are encouraging their students to break the law, essentially, making illegals legal.
Do you remember what you learned the last week of March when you were in 6th grade, or will you remember the day that you took to the streets in pursuit of that Lady Liberty that sits but a few miles from this studio, giving us your tired, your masses, to this country, a land of immigrants?
All right, Dale, how do you respond to all this?
It's nothing but a shameless act of desperation. These people are desperate now. And, I mean, they're using children today as human shields for their greed to these guest worker programs and this amnesty. Tomorrow they have a cat and dog parade, and on Thursday they're using circus freaks, anything to try to convince the American people that their side is right. And I tell you what they're not going to convince the American people of. They're not going to convince the American people that it's okay to risk their national security. They're not going to convince the American people that it's okay to give away American jobs to cheap foreign workers. And they're certainly not going to convince the American people to amnesty those or give rewards to those who've broken our laws.
I don't think that this is an abuse of any children. They're reflecting that which is important. No one's debating that our national security isn't important, but what's as important is the national integrity that we have to our immigration roots.
But there's an integrity that in the classroom, teachers have a responsibility to make sure that their students don't break the law.
David,
in this case,
understand this. Nobody objects that a criminal should be deported. An alien absconder should be deported. Somebody who has increased employment for people illegally and is abusing these people should be deported. But the fact is there are 12 million individuals who entered the United States. Now, the act of entering...
Hold it right there. Dale, let me just ask you specifically. Let me put the onus on you. 12 million illegals. What are you going to do with them?
You do exactly what Jim Sensenbrenner in the House said you do. You actually turn them into felons so you can expedite their removal.
So that we can then go through the houses of every senator and every member of Congress and every police officer and every judge.
Hold on, one at a time. Go ahead. Dale, I don't know if you could hear Michael because there was overtalk, but his point was, hold on, if you're going to arrest everybody that's hiring illegals, you're going to be arresting senators, congressmen, et cetera.
We'll be accessories to the...
Okay, hold on. I just made your point, Michael. Go ahead, Dale.
Right. Well, I mean, you know, it's illegal. Illegal is illegal. And what these teachers are teaching these kids today, you know what my project was, my class project? It was making a volcano with baking soda and vinegar. These teachers are teaching these children that it's okay to disrespect and disregard our laws.
Let's look at this. This is a money show. This is a $10 bill with the picture of Alexander Hamilton on it.
Hold on, one at a time. Go ahead.
Alexander Hamilton is on this $10 bill, on this news show, on this money show, this segment. Alexander Hamilton came from a Caribbean island where he overstayed. Would we have him, the leader of the federal government, removed from the United States?
He came here illegally. Go ahead, Dale.
He didn't come modern American history, Michael. We're talking about an influx of people that the United States simply cannot sustain.
Congress should have the moxie to do what they need to do.
You said it's a business channel. You're right. Dale, final question to you. If all these illegals are cutting into the workforce, why is unemployment at an all-time low?
We have, you realize that what we had is a recovery here in the country that did not include jobs. We have productivity that's gone up 150% and wages that have only risen 2% since 1973 for the median American.
All right, hold on.
We have taken food off American families' tables by allowing people to stay here.
Last word is to Dale. We got to leave it at that, but we're staying on the issue. My next guest, a staunch supporter of almost every one of President Bush's legislative goals, everyone except the guest worker program for illegal immigrants.